Six Flags Fiesta Texas, located in San Antonio, Texas, is a unique Six Flags park. The park is located in a former quarry, making for a very unique setting. The park currently offers 11 roller coasters with another on the way. A lot of the coasters here actually interact with the quarry wall, which I think is very cool. I really do think that Fiesta Texas has rides for everyone. There are small rides for the younger children, fun family rides, and of course your high thrill rides. The overall presentation of the park is great. Driving on the highway, you can see their triple drop tower scream, towering over the quarry wall. Driving into the parking lot, you can see a majority of their coasters, especially Iron Rattler, Superman Krypton Coaster, and Goliath. I really do like how Goliath is the front gate coaster for this park. It's the perfect height and perfect location to make you want to enter the park even sooner. I do think that it is weird that there are two front gates. First, you enter through a nice stone gate that has architecture similar to that of the Alamo and the San Antonio Missions. Then you enter through a second gate where they scan your ticket. I get that one gate is for security and that the other is for tickets, but it is very weird, and I like the parks that used one gate to do both of these functions. When you walk into the park, you can take a right to ride Goliath or go on straight to enter the main plaza. During my visit, the first hour of park opening only had 4 coasters open, the 3 B&Ms and Boomerang Coast to Coaster. I was able to get on all the B&Ms and went to Wonder Woman because it was cycling. We entered the station and then it went down. This is the case with a lot of the coasters at the park. Most of the coasters went down at least once during the day. After 3 or so hours, Wonder Woman did reopen and I got to ride it twice before the line got pretty long, once in the front and once in the back. I won't go into too much detail about a lot of the major coasters because I'll probably do a review on them sometime. When in line for Dr. Diabolical's cliffhanger, there is actually theming. I was astonished by the detail that Six Flags put into the pre-show for the ride. I loved how the coaster was meant to take your fear and how it connected to the overall story presented in the pre-show. Iron Rattler, Poltergeist, Roadrunner Express, and many more attractions opened in short time from each other, and were all pretty interesting experiences. For Poltergeist, it sucks just as much as Flight of Fear, but it has a pretty fun theme in the station. You are in a haunted manor and there are flickering lights, and the ride operators love to mess with you. Roadrunner Express was fun, smooth, and the last aero mine train ever built. Iron Rattler's drop off the cliff and first drop were unreal and definitely the highlights of the ride for me. I was able to ride Iron Rattler 4 times, and all 4 times were in different rows. Back, middle back, middle front. I really love the restraints on the Gerstlauer trains compared to the standard RMC train. Iron Rattler is located in Crackhaxel Canyon, which is a very well executed steampunk western area. All the buildings and rides are themed to the Wild West or loosely themed to steampunk. One downside of this area is that you are constantly hearing the loud audio of Cliffhanger. Hearing, "That's not enough, not nearly enough," scream every minute kind of gets annoying, especially if you're waiting in line for its neighbor across the street, Iron Rattler. I do wish you could get up closer to Iron Rattler for footage, but the closest you get is on the exit ramp. Rockville is the area you'll enter if you walk under the bridge to your left in the main plaza and walk towards Poltergeist. The area has a 50s-60s theme and is executed pretty well. You have a diner, classic buildings, street lights, classical music, and Wonder Woman? I mean, seriously, if you're going to put a coaster in 50s area that is located right next to the DC area, don't theme it to a DC character. I would have liked to see Fiesta Texas go with a hot rod theme or something kind of like Lightning Rod. The boardwalk area is flawless. Fun family rides and upcharge attractions are scattered along the wooden pathways. I really love that they put a Gerstlauer spinner, Pandemonium, in this area. I think this coaster fits very well with the boardwalk theme. Heck, even Cedar Point put a family spinner in their boardwalk area. There's also a very solid dark ride in Pirates of the Deep Sea, located right by the boardwalk centerpiece, the Ferris wheel. Pirates of the Deep Sea has a very fun queue, and the scenes during the ride are very fun. Do I think the shooting targets could have been better? Yes, but the ride is still very fun. DC Universe is actually the least themed area. Superman Krypton Coaster has no theming whatsoever in the queue. Joker Carnival of Chaos towers this area, and it has a pretty cool theming to a funhouse. This area is receiving a new dueling single-rail family coaster, Kid Flash, this year. There is track in the backstage areas, but none have been installed yet. This area will soon be home to crazy rides, but it is definitely still the weakest in the park. I do really love Superman, though. The way it dives on and off the cliff while traversing massive inversions creates a floorless coaster like no other. This ride has very low lines for most of the day and only went down once. The food in this park is pretty average amusement park food. Fries, burger, that kind of stuff. But I just can't get enough of how good the park actually looks. Nice foliage, rides pop and look nice, shade, theming, and the quarry wall really makes this park special. The main plaza for this park has a massive Six Flags Fiesta Texas sign, as well as Boomerang Coast to Coaster. The ride looks nice, and that's about it. As you become a boomerang, I knew this thing would suck, and man was I right. The view on top of the spike was a very nice touch to the ride, and that was literally the best part. While Six Flags Fiesta Texas is not my favorite park, it is still very good and had some awesome coasters and theming. The water rides like the Flume and Rapids were a nice way to stay cool on the hot Texas day. Overall, this park is very solid, and I would definitely make a trip back down to San Antonio to visit this park again. Thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your day.